Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back into Dory's home. Lots of stuff's been happening. Where do I start? I've been doing a lot of thinking. I first want to welcome all my current subscribers and my new subscribers and people that are just watching that choose not to subscribe. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you're here, that you're watching me, that you enjoy my content on my videos. This is going to be a mishmash today. I've got a lot I want to get done in my home. I really wanted to do like a fall tour, but I'm not done yet. Halloween's like a month away. This is on Monday, the 29th. So October 1st is just 2 days away. So I don't do a lot of Halloween decor in my home. I do a little, not a lot. I want to put lights up on my porch. I probably won't be able to do that until next week or whatever. But if I get ambitious enough to climb up on a ladder, but I do want to put some in my window today in the living room. And I have like a few Halloween decorations, little figurines and stuff. Not that many, but I do want to do that today. I want to show you in the last one or two videos that I did. The last video that I did, I decorated a cake for my granddaughter for her 10th birthday. It was a How to Train Your Dragon cake. It was a lot of fun to create, and she loved it. And I love her expression when she sees cakes, or all my grandkids see their cakes. It's fun. But anyway, I told you before I wanted to sell my kitchen table. I was in no hurry. If it was meant to sell, it would sell. But I didn't need to sell it. I wanted to sell it. A part of me did. Part of me didn't, because I've had that table a long time and a lot of family meals were on that. But it was uncomfortable because I have a small space, for a table in this kitchen. But I want to show you. Yesterday, the table sold. It is now gone. I have an empty spot. What I decided to do was to buy another table with 4 chairs that will be delivered most likely and hopefully on Thursday. So that's just in a couple of days. So right now I don't have a table. So I did put my cake decorating, island over there by the banister. So for now. And I don't know if I'll leave it there, but it's on wheels. I can move it around, but I put it there for now. So for a few days, I won't have a table. And if I have TV trays, I have like a folding chair. I have a little end table by my couch. There's other ways I can do to, if I want a table. I have a desk in my bedroom, like a vanity desk type thing I can use too. Not a big deal. So it'll work for now. But what I want to do, what I did order is it's kind of like a farmhouse style table. The base of it is white and the top of it is round. It's a 42-inch round, has a cherry wood top, so a darker wood top, and then the base of it is white. And then I bought 4 chairs that are going to be upholstered in a dark, like a navy blue fabric, which have gold grommets or buttons or whatever you want to call, going all the way around the fabric on the bottom of the chair. Looks really pretty. But once it gets here, I'll put pictures up and everything for everybody. But I just wanted to show you that. So what I need to do, because I sold my table, And let me turn this. What I wanted to do is I had to figure out, since my table's gone, the one thing that was really cool about that table was on the very bottom of the table, there were 2 doors that opened on both sides. And I can put all my tablecloths and my placemats and, you know, all my table decor right underneath there. All right, table's gone. The new table I got, excuse me, I gotta get some water. The new table that I'm getting doesn't have linen storage. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for linen storage. There was a day that I said I wanted to work on my pantry, try to figure out, you know, better organization and stuff. I have a lot of stuff in here that I can put in my shed. I've got a lot of winterizing things like fabric and tape and, you know, things like that. Bug spray and, you know, a lot of that kind of stuff can go in my shed. So I'm going to do that. And I do have, I can show you. So hold on one second. Let me get some water. Oh, take a drink of water here over on my counter. All right. I'm going to open this up. This is one thing that you guys have never seen. And let me bring you over here. This is my pantry. So right here's my pantry. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves with food products, you know. And then down here, I keep bottled water. I've got my toolbox. I've got a storage unit down there on the bottom that's got 3 drawers. I want to go through that today. And then all this stuff that's on the top of that, a lot of it can go in the shed. So I'm just going to pull a lot of that out. So yeah, you know, but this is my pantry. So for mostly, I mean, it's okay. I mean, you know, I started putting, I wish I had a light in here. I want to get a couple of those battery operated lights, you know, or rechargeable lights that I can stick underneath the shelves for light, but right now I don't have any. But this is what I want to do. So on the back of in my kitchen counter, right there, those are my linens for my table. So the fall linens that I had on my table previously are on the top of that set, or this stack right here. And I'll turn this light on. So that's the runner. These are all the leaf placemats here. I've got all kinds of holiday stuff in here and everyday stuff. But I thought I could utilize a drawer in my pantry, you know, in this thing, and go from there. So I think that's what I want to do and try to figure this out. So some of this stuff, what I'll do is I'll bring it over here and I'll put it on my counter over there by my water bottle and go from there. So again, this is, if you're new here, this is not editing. So I'm going to bend this down. Bring you in a little closer and kind of see what I'm doing here. So down here is where I want to work. So I'm going to open this door up a little bit. So what I do like, these doors can open up pretty wide and I can get in here. But I do want to move this. Like these, I've got, you know, bug spray. Like this I'll put in my, I do have a hall closet over here by my entry, you know, by my front door. But I've got backyard bug control for mosquitoes. I want to spray that on the lawn. And then this here bug spray can go up into on a shelf in this closet here by the front door. But all this stuff This can go in the shed. This is like winterizing things and, you know, mosquito stuff for my table. And the gloves I'll keep in here. Those I want to keep. So I'll just move some of this stuff over here. I bought a new calendar for next year. That's the front of it. Faithful Heart and Home. So that's for next year. But I thought the pictures were really pretty. And it's got scriptures from the Bible on it, which I thought was cool. It's from Legacy of Faith is what it's, you know, what it's from. Isn't that kind of neat? So that'll be cool, opening that up. But I'll put that over here for now. And, you know, I keep bottles of water here. And, yeah, all this stuff here. I have caulk and backer rod for my windows. The caulk I'm not putting out there. I gotta see what's in this box. So we'll pull all this over by the counter and then move the camera to the counter and we can sort through all this stuff. And I've got, what are these? This sandpaper and polishing cloths for my car. Those can go in the shed. You know, that type of stuff. So. And let's see what else we got. We got wire, which I use for a lot of stuff. I've got more. This is weatherizing window kits and stuff like that. Insulation tape. And I can get all this in a box. A lot of my winterizing things. And I can put that out in the shed. You know, and I'll probably be winterizing my, you know, some of my windows. Ones where I feel like they're drafty. And I got some stain here too. I put that by my paint. Alright. So there's all that over there. So I'm going to get like a Clorox wet wipe. That's what I use to clean a lot of my counters and stuff like that. Let me bring this out a little bit. Whoops, there goes my stool. Just to clean the top of it off. I'm going to get another plastic bin to put on the top of here to store more stuff in, you know. Could probably let my winterizing stuff, I don't know. Alright, let's see. Stand that back up. Alright, what I have in this drawer is pens and pencils, magnifying glass. I've got my lighters for my candles. I've got like playing cards, you know, decks of cards, and I've got, oh, I don't know, just odds and ends like that, scissors and, you know, things. So I'm going to leave that alone. This one, there's a little bit of everything in here. So we'll back you up so you can kind of see. A little bit of everything. So then I can get whatever's in here. Stuff that I don't use, like this is a light. I don't use it. So I'm just going to get rid of it. I think what I'll do is I'll just give it to Goodwill. I bought these lights to go under my cabinets like when I first moved in, and I didn't like them. So I can just give it to Goodwill. I do have a box over here. I have a box that I'm putting stuff for Goodwill in. Alright. This is a roll. A lot of people put it in their cabinets, you know, for glassware and stuff, so nothing, you know, dishes don't slide around. I use this. I'll take a big one. I have a bakery tray. It's like a full sheet size. I'll have to show it to you next cake video I do. But to deliver a wedding cake or a big cake, I will use this, and I'll put this on the tray and then put the cake, whether it's in a box or by itself, you know, on the tray, and it goes in the back of my car when I deliver cakes, and it doesn't move. It stays put on that tray. I love this stuff. So that I know I can probably put in my cake decorating stuff. And let's see what else we got in here. Okay. These are parts that go to, I have a bird feeder. It's like it hangs on a hook out there. And I have like my brushes, my cleaning stuff here. More wire. I've got stud finders. I've got, you know, there's like a lot of, I got a flashlight. I've got matches for my fireplace. I got a hacksaw. Ooh, I found a light. Let's do that. This is magnetic though. I do have this one. It's not really working all that well. I do have that one. Let me see about this one. I'll have to, this is one, but I think the batteries are pretty well shot on it. Oh, look at that. Okay, all this stuff. Sponges. Oh, look at this. These are actually little socks for a kitchen table, like for the chairs that you put on, you know, so the floors don't get scratched. So I'll keep them. And then these are screws, all different types of screws. Those I can put in my toolbox. These I'm going to throw away. This I'm going to throw away. Okay. It's just pamphlets of old furniture I used to have. I don't have anymore. Okay, I don't need them. And I got more screws. Old toothbrushes I use for scrubbing. Scrubbing in corners of stuff. I'll keep them. And I've got gripper things. I'll keep them. My middle granddaughter, she's the second oldest granddaughter I have. Years ago, let's see, ooh, what's this? A latch connector. I don't even know what this is. It doesn't even look like it was opened. Oh yeah, it was opened. What is it? I don't know. It's still in its thing. Looks like it's got like a buckle with a strap or something. Maybe it's something to hold stuff down. I'll have to look at that. This we're going to put in here with all my other cords. Why would I put 4 screws or 6 screws in a little bag? Don't know. don't know. What is this for? Instruction for something. LED portable task light. Oh, I don't need that. Don't need that. Those are already up in my cabinets, under my cabinets. Yeah, those I like. And I got tape. I have one more roll. I'll actually put that in with the rest of my tape. Command things. All right, that's empty. I can clean that out. This is garbage. Okay. Then over there, get some more. Another one of those wet wipes, Clorox wipes. And some paper towels. And let's see, we'll come down here. I'll just clean this out. Get all this debris out of here. And I can use this top one for my linens. I actually think I'll like that because it's in the kitchen. It'll be close to the table. I think the bottom have a lot of like light bulbs and stuff like that in. It's pretty dry. Okay. All right. I'll get my linens and put them in there because I believe my placemats should fit right down in there. That's why I thought this would be, let's see how these, I think these will work, and they won't even have to bend. Look at that. Perfect fit. Perfect fit. That is awesome. Okay, these ones, I don't know how many I have. It's another project I'll have to go through. I sort through them all. It's just so much fun. Decorating is fun. Alright, my Christmas ones. Yeah, Christmas is coming up. Those are my Christmas ones. Aren't those pretty? They're kind of gray. I do like silver and red, and who knows, I might change it out, but I really like those. I think those are so pretty. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff. But I'll keep my fall stuff to the top. You know, and I have centerpiece things too. I've got some round ones. And you know, I might, you know, having a round table, I might change and, you know, go to round placemats. You know, I don't know. So we've got runners, tablecloths. Let's see what's under here. A lot more Christmassy stuff here. And this is a Christmas tablecloth. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. For now I will. If I do cookie decorating, I think that would be a good one to use. And I know I will be doing that. Some more Christmas ones. This is actually a round tablecloth. So I'm hoping that this is going to fit, because this is so pretty. I really like this one for Christmas. So I'll put that in there. couple more. More Christmas. And this is a smaller tablecloth too, this blue one. I might keep that one too for an everyday thing, you know. Alright, I got all my fall stuff. Can go on the top. Oh, I think I'll bend them down a little bit. Oh, refold that. I just love this thing. And I'm hoping that these work with the round table. I don't know. 42 inches, but I don't want to get rid of them until I get the table in and see what happens, you know. And they all fit in there. Okay, so what's in the bottom one? Extra tiles for my kitchen. For those of you that like my tile, my backsplash in my kitchen, these are the tiles. There's the package. You can get these on Amazon. It's a peel and stick vinyl wall tile. There's 10 sheets in a package. Each sheet is a 12-inch by 12-inch square. You can use a utility knife to cut them. You know, they're waterproof, they're moisture proof, easy installation. I had a lot of fun. You know, they come in different colors. You can get the blues that I've got here in my kitchen. Then there's like browns. There's all black. Then there's like a white and gray. But different patterns, you know. Yeah, and it comes with instructions in the back and how to do them and everything. But, you know, I've been here 3 years. They're still up. They have not fallen. So for me, I'm very pleased with these. Okay, and I keep this. These are extra just in case. One might pop off or just in case. I just keep it. But I actually think what I'm going to do is I'll stick this under my placemats. I'll just put that right underneath there. All right, get in there. There we go. There. Yep, all light bulbs. And there's a lot of these I don't even use. I had different lamps in my living room, like last year or the year before. And I bought like fancy light bulbs for them, but I don't even use them. So I'll probably give them to Goodwill as well. So, yeah, let's see if you can see that. I think you can. There we go. But, yeah, these, I think these are LEDs. I don't use them. You know. So I'll just donate them. So we'll do that. And then later on, I can take a trip to Goodwill. I have a little box over here by my stairs. I should just bring it with me here. And the stuff I'm going to donate. And my pink win. These I'll keep. Those I'll keep. These I'll keep here. And those. Yeah, these I don't need anymore. These are the really big ones. I don't use them. And these I don't use. And these are the smaller ones, I'll keep them. This is for my oven. This one I don't want. What's this one? Oh, 120 volt. Nope, don't need that either. Alright, so that can go too. Alright, so this will give me a little bit more space if I can get all my bulbs. Yep, that's going to work. Over there. And then what I can do is put my flashlight, you know, my saw and everything back down in here. My stud finders and matches. My brushes. This extra scrubbing pad for my kitchen sink. Those can go in here. My saw. Toothbrushes in there. I think this can go down there too. This chain, I don't know. I'll just drop it in there. Those can go in my, this wire. This wire can go into my other stuff. Okay, and then these can go in there. Alright, good for that. These I'll keep. I'm going to put some extra new batteries in. Those I'll put down here too. My other lights. Nice to have when the power goes out. I've got like little battery operated lights. Okay, let's shove that back in there. Okay. That's better. All right. My toolbox. This is another thing I gotta go through and organize and see what tools I don't use, and just over the years, you know, I'm over 65. I just gather stuff. Okay. That box over here, because there's more stuff. I know I got a couple things in my bedroom I want to donate as well. Alright, now I gotta deal with all this stuff over here on the counter. And I might put something back on top of there. Maybe my window stuff, you know, my winterizing stuff. Because it is fall. So that's what it looks like right now. It is better. So, you know, I did take the same wallpaper, that wooden grain, you know, if you can see. I did put that in here when I first moved in. But I didn't finish it all the way. I got the bottom all done, and I've got this shelf done. But I need to do is these three up here, like in the back. 1, 2, 3. And that's a whole day's project right there. Taking everything off, taking the shelves off the wall, and screwing the brackets. It's a lot of work. You know, but it's, you know, maybe that's a winter project I can do. You know, it's not a necessity. It's just, you know, at least the walls are covered, because these walls were pretty dinged up, and, you know, and I needed to cover them. So the paper worked great. It worked just fine. Okay. All right. So let's close this up for now, and I might open it back up once I know what I want to do with all this stuff. Bring it down this way. And let's see, this roll of tape I'll put in here. Got a little junk drawer over there. I've got a couple little junk drawers in my kitchen. Let's see. Let's move you this way, because I am right-handed. So this bug control is going out in my shed. So I'm going to put that over by my front door. So I can take that out later. Kind of want to see what's in this box here. Turn that light on. Yeah, this is all insulation kit. 60 more light bulbs, 60 watt replacement. There's window insulations. There's actually insulation kits for like your outlets, you know, like styrofoam. Then I've got like some big rolls of this here kind of stuff for like door jambs and yeah, so it's like a home energy kit. So that's kind of cool. So we'll put those back down. Put those windows in there, and then I've got these window kits here. I'll just stick right in here. That's going to work. And I've got some all-weather repair tape I'll stick in this box. And what else? Yeah, this backer rod, the caulk. I'm not putting the caulk in my shed because winters are brutal here. But backer rod can go in my shed. I actually use like this here kind of stuff. This is called backer rod. It's for gaps and joints, and it fills in like openings around windows, doors, things like that before you caulk. And I had a window, my small kitchen window where my table goes on the outside, needed new caulking. And I'm going to go put these over by the door too. So last year I did that project, and I've never done that before. Like caulking, re-caulking the window. I was kind of nervous, but it worked. Okay, this is a roll. It's called Flex Mend. It's a high-tech, super aggressive adhesive for manufactured home, RV repairs, vapor barriers. I keep this because underneath my home I have a vapor barrier. It's like, you know, you've got all your pipes and your insulation and stuff under the home. Then there's like a fabric that you know, you tape up so it seals everything out so no animals can go in there, and it just protects everything. And I use this in case there's a piece that repairs. Like we had, I had a leak in my water pipes right between my bedroom and my bathroom. And it was actually underneath, and I didn't know where the water was coming from because I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom one day, and I had like water, like my carpet was wet a little bit. Like right by my hallway where my bedroom goes right to my washing machine. And that was like a big puzzle, a big mystery to me. So I was like going through that, you know, that type of stuff, and trying to figure out where that leak was. And it actually ended up being under my home. So I had to crawl underneath there. I put some cardboard underneath my home, and I crawled under on top of the cardboard with a flashlight, and I found the leak. So I took a utility knife and I cut the fabric, that vapor barrier, and I exposed it so the water could come down onto the ground. So, and I'm glad I did that, because when I did that, then I called the plumber. They came out, and this is pipe insulation. I got all kinds of stuff. Hey, you have a home, especially a mobile home, you gotta have all kinds of stuff, you know. Well, the winters are rough around here. All right, we got this, has to go back in here. All right, so I think I can get all this in this, yep, all this in this box. So yeah. All right, we'll put this box and this back on in the pantry. My calendar for next year. And my insulation. Well, you know, for winter, we'll keep all that in here. It's a lot better than what it was. Okay. And I for sure want to keep my gloves here. And these I don't know whether to keep them or not. I might keep them. I'll put them down with the other white balls. Alright, stick these down here. I still have a little bit more room in here. Alright, and this I don't want. You know, when I was a little girl, these are off mosquito coils. They don't work. They don't repel. You have these little trays. I'm disappointed in them. You know, and there's 2 in there, but I'm disappointed in them. You know, we had a lot of mosquitoes after we had that massive flood, and I thought, oh, I'd get these, you know, it'll keep a lot of them off my porch. Nope. Didn't work. So, just made a mess. So, I'm not using them. Alright. Wire. Screws. More wire. Okay, this I want to keep in here. This I can put in my shed. And then this tape can go in my shed with the back rod stuff. Because that's actually for under my home. Alright. The stain's gonna go with my paint. I have a cabinet above my washer and dryer where I keep all my paint supplies. Not my supplies, but the cans of paint that I've used. So that can go with the paint. These I don't even think I'll need. These are actually for my television if I want to stand it up, but I have a stand for it. So I don't even think I'll need it. These can go in the garage. This is for my car. Buffing pads and stuff. Amazing the things a person can accumulate. Alright, and I think this is for cleaning. I've got gloves in here. Yep, and sponges and everything. So I'll keep that. That's actually, I keep that in a bag because I take gloves and scrubbing pads and brushes when I go help my family member help clean. So I'll keep that in there. Alright, so these and these. This wire, I've got... Like I said, we're going to jump all over the place today. Over here. That's all the stuff I'm taking out to my shed. But over here's a closet. Up here. This is where my coats go. I have containers up here that have birthday candles, stuff for mosquitoes outside, those command hook things. I've got my screws and nails, wire. So this wire that I got, I'm going to put in with this wire. I have thumbtacks, you know, all that kind of stuff's in here. And I did have on the counter a couple of those command little thingies. I'll stick in there, since those are where the other ones are. Okay, we'll put them in here. Alright, and I'll stick this back up here. Yeah, I've got a container up here for like my gloves and my scarves for winter. I've got like spackle compound, you know, for walls, you know, because I like to decorate, so it's like filling in a nail hole, you know, and retouching up with paint and everything. Yeah, I have all kinds of stuff. Okay, those I don't know what I'm going to do with. Right, this has to go. This can go by this cake decorating stuff, so I'm going to put that right by my piping bags. That's that fabric. And these, I think I'll put these little socks that go to chairs in with my placemats. It's going to be for the table. The caulk can go with my paint and the stain. Alright, that's everything off the counter. Except that one thing, I don't know what it is. I have to open it up and look at it. Okay, all that's going to go to the shed. Alright, now, oh, let's see, we're at 47 minutes. So, let's bring you up here pretty quick. Okay. Now I'm going to go walk down this hallway and put this stuff in my cabinet. Hi everybody. Okay. I'll show you what I've got on my couch or love seat. So down here, I'll move you over here. I don't have a lot for Halloween. I just have a couple little things. These are cute. They light up, and the lights change colors. Like there's red, and they flicker. It looks better in the dark. I don't know if you can see that in there. Yeah, but it's better in the dark. So I've got a ghost that says boo, and I've got a little mummy. So they both flicker. So I'm going to put these down by my fireplace, and I'll put them over here. So we'll stick one, you know, I think I'll stick one, you know, oh, I don't know, here. And then one will stick over here. You know, I think right there is good. That'll work. That looks good. Yeah. I like that. Offset a little bit. I'll just leave them there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I have these two things. Now again, these are old. Don't ask me where I got them from. This one I believe is my sister's. I've had over 20 years. I believe this was my sister's. She passed away a long time ago. And then this actually looks like somebody hand painted it. It's a candle holder. She put a candle in it, and it looks kind of neat at night. So I like all the colors, the purple, the green, and the orange, and the black, and the yellow, and You know, a little bit of brown on the bottom. I think the brown needs to get touched up, but I can do that. You know, so I'll keep it. So I think what I'm going to do over here on this table, raise you up just a little bit. Here we go. I think this video is going to be a bit choppy. But I'll move these, put those in. That's my everyday stuff. Put this over here, that there. Those I can put away off camera. And then I have some lights and window clings. So we're going to do that over here. All right, I'm going to move, bring you over here. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. This window. I'm going to put lights in that window. And they're Halloween colored. So there's purple and green, and I think there's orange. I think that's it. Purple, green, and orange. But I want to move my couch away from the window here. And get the other side. And then for those, this couch isn't very heavy. I used to have a couch that actually had reclining seats on both ends, and it was super heavy to move. This one, very lightweight. A lot easier for me to maneuver around. All right, now I can get in here. So, what we're gonna do, I have a little table here with my stuff on. Aha! Oh man. I found a pair of glasses on the floor. Under the couch. A friend of mine was here, a couple months ago. And could have sworn they brought their glasses in from the car, but I looked for them, but I couldn't find them. But we found them. Okay. What I'm going to do with these curtains is I'm going to pull them back. And I have little curtain grabbers here, and I might get, if these don't do the way I want them to do, I might get like a little tie to tie them, and I'll worry about that later. Okay, I'm gonna get some window cleaner, and this window actually faces my porch, if you can see that out there. So I'm actually going to bring you in. As soon as I get the window cleaner, we'll walk this way. I'll go get that window cleaner. And then we will start putting these lights up on the window. And I can't wait for you to see these really cute Halloween window clings I have. They're old too. This video is going to go over an hour. But it's okay. All right, I got the window cleaner. And my paper towel. So I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer. And we'll have to, excuse me if I get in the way of the camera here. And I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing, so I'm going to duck down. Turn you just a little bit. Okay. All right, I'm going to duck down again. Not much room here. Okay, we'll move these this way. I'll get this window cleaned here. I think I got to get on a ladder and clean the outside. I've shown this many times. Sprayway glass cleaner. I love the scent. I love how it cleans windows. I just love it. Cleans glass too. Okay. And these, these windows on the inside aren't that dirty. They get dusty, but it's ones on the outside. And then I've got a screen here. Trying to figure out how I can clean the window. And I do see a little spider web in here, so I'm going to lift this up and get that out of there. Looks like in between. So putting lights up here today, lights will stay on this window. Between fall and Thanksgiving, I might put orange ones on or just leave these colored ones up. I don't know yet. And then after that, I put up my snowflake lights. And then my tree goes right in front of this window as well. And there's a little, kind of like a cobwebby thing. I'm going to get that out of there. Like right in this corner. Yeah, that's all on the outside of the window. There we go. You can close that back down. Okay. Okay, now here's the lights. I'm going to plug them in. I do have some little window clingy hooks that go on these windows. They're suction cups, and I'll put them on. They hold these pretty good. Just got to find the plug here. I got that. Okay, plug this in. Okay, there's these little suction cups. I just dampen them. And these lights, they flicker too, which makes it fun. So we'll put another one there. One over here in this corner. Once I get it up, I can maneuver them, and put them where I really want them. But just to get it hanging up here. Got a couple more hooks. And I think that one, I'll move this over here. Also, I have these ones, they have clippies, you know, on them too. So I'll just stick that on the window. And then they grab the bulb. And some of them, they're just not very, I've had them for a while, they just don't hold very well. Yeah, these don't hold very well. I've had them a long time. Try one different way here. Could get my pliers and just tighten it up. That's probably what I'll do. Get up there on the top. You know, being in a community, we get trick-or-treaters, but we don't get a ton of them. Yeah, we get a few. And I always look forward to that. Because I lived in an apartment for so many years and never got any trick-or-treaters. Except my grandchildren. So, it's kind of nice, you know, seeing kids dress up and out with their parents or grandparents. And, you know, kind of cool. I just got to figure out that corner there. Let's see what these other hooks are here. I think I found one that's got like a... I just lick them on my tongue. Just put them in there. Haven't gotten sick yet. All right, and put one more here. And I know I'm going to get criticism on my channel for that. it's okay. Oh, man. Okay, one more here. They are clean. I do wash them before I put them away. And before I store stuff. Okay, there's that one. Just have a little bit more extra here. Take and tuck under there. Yeah. And I might just go ahead and put more up here. I don't know yet. But I might figure that out after I do this video. What I did want to show you are these window clings. And I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer. Move my couch up a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to bring you in. So you can kind of see these. Okay, we're going to do this top window first. Okay. And I really have no rhyme or reason on them. It's just, these are little. I do this for me. Because you can't see them from the road. You know, I just do them for me. So they're little. You know, and there's these are images of children dressed in little costumes. And what I love about them is they're adorable to me. They're adorable to me. I mean, how is that not adorable? Where's the camera? I'm going to show you when they get up here on the, there's a witch here. A little girl dressed in a witch's costume, and she's tucked inside a stack of pumpkins. This is probably one of my favorite ones. I always stick her in the center. You can kind of see that. There she is. You know, and there's a little bat. You know, and the devil, and I just, they're cute. They're not scary. I don't like scary stuff. I like cute. It's got to be cute. And I just love them. I mean, there's some bobbing for apples. I'm going to put another ghost here. And I don't know where I got them from. I think, you know, I used to work in an office years ago. Like, we're talking before 2000. You know. Here's one where there's 3 of them, and they're all walking in line, going to the door to get candy. A little pirate, a little doll. Looks like a girl dressed as a doll. And a vampire. You know, they're really cute. Alright, so, and then here's one where they're bobbing for apples. So we'll stick that one right there. And I need one more. Let's see what else I got. Looking for a little one. Well, let's do some on the bottom, because I can't remember all of them that I have, so I'm going to tip you down. And when I'm done, this is getting loose here. When I'm done, all right, come on. When I'm all done, you know, then I'll show them to you, what I've got. This one with a little kitten. I'll just take my phone out of the camera, or out of the stand, the camera out of the stand, and show you. There's a couple of them that hold kittens. A lot of little kittens in here. And we'll put you over there. We have a scarecrow, which is one of my favorites, holding a pumpkin. And we've got the moon with, we'll put that up here by the switch here, up on the top one. Once I get this done, then I'll show you the window. We needed another one over here, didn't we? We did. All right, there's one right there. This is another witch, which was really cute. I actually think I'm going to take him, put him here. And this witch can go onto this side, onto the right here. Okay. I got a couple leaves that I'll put on here too. Got a sparrow holding a leaf. Which way are you flying? A couple pumpkins. Yeah, we'll stick one there. All these are tiny. There's pumpkins, there's chestnuts, there's leaves. I've got candy, little like, what do you want to call that? Little candy corns. Okay. Here's like little candy corns. And I also have like, looks like little taffies. I just shove them on there. These all little candies came with this set. This is something that I pretty much like to do by myself, and I just take my time on my day off, but I wanted to share this with you guys today. So if you're still with me, thank you. I did want to say, again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your continued support on my channel. It means the world to me. And I think I want to try maybe a live stream one day so that I can actually interact with people, because, and I know it's just by words and everything, but you guys can ask me questions and things, but I was going to shout out to 5 other people's names and stuff, but, you know, I don't want, you know, the screen names and stuff. I know if you comment on my videos, people can scroll to see the comments. I know that. Or at least I believe that's how it works. But, I don't want to be sharing somebody's screen name if they don't want it shared, you know? So my channel's been growing so fast, and I am very grateful, but I am not a technical person. I do not understand how all this YouTube algorithms and all that stuff works. And I do watch videos. I do try to go on Google and get educated, but I still don't understand how it all works. It's just, it blows my mind. It's just amazing. You know, the way things are and stuff. But I just want you all to know that I feel very very blessed and very touched by all your kindness and all your heartfelt words and the memories and stories you share. It's pretty cool to me, so thank you. Anyway, let me take my phone out of my stand and I can give you a close-up. We're on 1 hour and 14 minutes here. Okay, here we go. We got a little devil and a bluebird. Aren't these guys cute? And again, look at my finger. That's how big they are. They're not very big. They're little. You know, this is one of my favorites. I just think it's cute with the little kitten. You know, I've got this little guy, the pumpkin. There's that one. I'll post pictures too. You can probably see them better in a picture. You know, and then down here, here's another cute little witch. But aren't they adorable? Isn't it? They're so, the faces are so cute. You know, old sheets. You know, here's a little scarecrow. That's hard to see. This time of day I get a lot of shade over on this side of my home, but there's that one too. Okay. All right, so we're going to take this stand. We're going to put you in the front of the couch. Get this down here. Turn this around. Oh, no, I had you right. I'm sorry. I had it right. Keep thinking when I see this that... Okay, we'll leave it. That's what it looks like. You know? So what I'm going to do is go in the back, fix my curtains here. Bring this in this way. I like the gathering on the top of the window. Then we'll bring these, tuck these in like that. Like that. Bring this over here. Move the couch back. Okay. Fix this blanket here a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a piece of that one thing that broke. All right. Go over here. Make sure it's where I want it. I think that's where I want it. So I have an outlet over there. I just want to make sure it's... There we go. There's that there. These I can throw away. Okay. All right. So there it is. There's the couch. And I'll bring it in a little closer. I don't know if it's gonna... It's not very... I mean, the lighting isn't very good right now, so... But that's the window. So yeah. It's fun. But anyway, I'll bring it down here. That's all I wanted to do for today. On Thursday, when my table and chairs come, I'll post a little video of me assembling them. I love putting furniture together. I don't know what it is. Tools, power tools, whatever. I just love it. So, anyway, I'm going to call it a day. This is just a mishmash of stuff today, but I just wanted to get another video out to you guys. If you choose to comment on this video, can you let me know, how do you feel about me verbally saying your screen name? Again, it goes out to the world. Wherever that, I mean, it's huge. I know I did it once to 5 people and I got great feedback back from them. So, but I just want to make sure that everybody understands, my new subscribers, the older subscribers, people that just watch, how much I'm touched. A lot of this stuff I'm doing, I can't do without this channel. You guys are giving me so much support. And it's going to help me to be able to retire to where I don't have to work anymore. I would love to just be able to stay home and do videos all the time. This is fun, you know. But that's my goal, because, you know, I'm 67. I'll be 68 in a few short months, and you know, I'm looking into my 70s here. You know, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. You know, I don't want to be punching a clock, even though I love what I do. I love being a part of the community. But anyway, it's going to be a long video. I got to get it uploaded. So all of you, please have a wonderful week. I'll probably see you Thursday again and upload that, okay? I did want to get this video out, or a video out to you yesterday, but my Sunday was very busy. So today, I thought I'd do this first. So anyway, take care, everybody, and have a good week. And we'll see you when my furniture comes, okay? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.